You see, my brother committed suicide 2 weeks ago, and it doesn't matter how many times I blow his head off because he just keeps coming back. I stand in my bedroom, my arm still cocked back with shotgun resting in my hand and my finger still on the trigger. My eyes focus on the brain matter that drop on the floor. The black-colored ooze in place of where blood should be slowly slides down the white wooden door. My feet creep closer toward the other side of the room. I grab the box of ammo sitting on my bed before making a dash for the door. I jump over my brother's body, socks slipping on the hardwood floor of the hallway as I run for the door a few feet down from mine. I grab the door handle, twist it to the right, and push it open. My eyes widen at the exact moment that my jaw drops. The sight before me is ghastly. My mom is laying on the floor, her right arm outstretched as if she had been trying to pull herself toward the door. A puddle of blood surrounding her head. A human-sized bite mark lays just above her left eyebrow. Her shirt is ripped to shreds, like an animal had attacked her, which isn't possible. Then again, the fact that my brother won't die isn't possible either. Our dog died 3 years ago, and we didn't have this problem, so what is so different about my brother? Blood barely rolls down the side of my mom's torso. I hesitate as the sense of nausea waves over me. I cautiously kneel beside her. I don't want to, but I have to see what that thing has done to her. As much as I hate to look, I lean over my mom to see that her torso is also torn apart, yet the thing that stood out the most is that her organs aren't there. They are all gone. I feel sick to my stomach, the acid nestled deep within me churning, just threatening to slide up the back of my throat and onto the corpse. I look away from her to see my dad's glossed over eyes staring at me. The brown iris is no longer that dark of a color. The milky film covering them unnerves me. I hastily crawl over to my dad, gun and ammo still in hand. Much like my mom, he also had a bite mark on his forehead. His torso is also ripped open, but he wasn't crawling for the door like she had been. No, he lay on the floor, his head tilted to the right. My mind automatically begins to try and deduce what happened. Did he die before her, or are there more than one thing like my brother roaming the house? The sound of something scraping against the hardwood of the hallway floor causes me to jump to my feet. I quickly run into the adjoining bathroom and close the door as quiet as possible. I turn the lock on the door, which is louder than I was expecting. I hold my breath when I hear those horrible groans that I've heard since the first night he came back. The door handle to the bathroom jiggles like it had in my bedroom. I raise the shotgun once more. This fucker is starting to regenerate faster than before. I cock the gun back, making sure the creature knows that I am still armed. However, the door handle doesn't stop moving. "You aren't being very nice, Dan. All I want to do is talk," my brother says. "Go away, Mike," I sternly say. "Please, Stanley." "No." "What are you afraid of?" he inquires. "Fuck off," I raise my voice. "Mom and Dad were willing to talk." Look how that turned out for them. "All I want to do is talk to you about something really important," Mike reiterates. "You can beg all you want. I am not opening that goddamn door for you," I retort. "Ugh," he sighs. "You have always been the stubborn one. Leave me alone." "I was really hoping that you'd just open the door like Mom did," he sighs. The wooden door in front of me violently shakes upon the impact of something hitting it. The wood makes a slight breaking noise before it is struck again. The process is repeated over and over until the middle section of the door is gone. My brother reaches his arm in and unlocks the door. I take a step back when the door swings open. Mike stands in the doorway, axe in hand and a twisted smile on his face. My finger slides against the trigger when I raise the gun higher, perfectly aligning it with his head before pulling the trigger. Once again, I watch as brain matter and what should be blood splatter against the nearest walls. I set the box of ammo in the sink beside me, grabbed 2 shells, tossed the used rounds behind me, and loaded the gun. I cocked it back, aimed for the body, and pulled the trigger. His upper back practically explodes with the round hitting it, pieces of his dead flesh flying in different directions. The box of ammo is in my hand for a second time tonight. I was ready to leave the room when a thought occurred to me. What will happen if I run out of ammo? I make the fastest decision I've made since shooting my brother. I tuck the box of ammo underneath my right arm and cautiously step towards the body. I bend it down, snatch the handle of the axe Mike had been carrying. I waste no time in jumping over the body and running out of those rooms. Something lunges at me when I slide into the hallway. I am lucky enough to dodge it, but my eyes widen when I look up to see what it was. Standing in my hallway were a few neighbors. Holy shit, there's more of them? I have exactly 1 bullet in my gun, and although I have the axe, I'd rather not get close to them unless I absolutely have to. I can count 4 other creatures, so 5 in total if you count my brother. Let me reiterate, I do not know how fast these things regenerate, but I know that I don't have much time until Mike comes looking for me again. I inhale a deep breath, just watching as they continue to walk toward me. I lift the gun in the air for what feels like the millionth time tonight and pull the trigger. The one that lunged at me falls to the floor upon pieces of their midsection flying in different directions. My chest rises and falls when I see the others closing the distance between us. A loud groaning sounds in my parents' bedroom. The axe is heavy, and there isn't any way that I will be able to lift it while holding onto the shotgun, but I will be damned if I don't at least try. I inhale a deep, shaky breath as I lean forward on my left foot, just preparing to make the journey through the creatures that crowd my hallway. The sound of what seems like my mom's voice startles me. I start running, my feet loudly thumping against the hardwood floor. I raise the axe in my hand and thrust the metal blade at one of those things that reaches for me. Their body hits the wall before slumping to the floor, that odd-colored goo leaking from the wound. What the fuck is happening? 2 more are slowly walking toward me, seemingly cautious as to not get too close. I suddenly feel an unknown emotion wash over me as my legs carry me further down the hallway. I slam the butt of the gun into one of the 2 creatures' face before raising the axe and bringing it down on their head. The sound of flesh ripping apart fills the air, and I watch in horror as their head splits in half. The same ooze squirts into the air, causing me to dodge it and go after the 4th and final creature standing in my way of a hopeful escape. I raise my left leg, kick that damned thing in the stomach, and joust the axe into the chest. I quickly pull the weapon back to me and run like hell down the remainder of the hallway. I reach the staircase just as something sounds behind me. "Oh, Stanley," my brother's sickening voice sings. I jump the stairs 2 at a time, clearing them in a matter of seconds before rounding the corner to the basement door. It seems stupid to run down to the basement. Stupid to isolate myself in the lowest part of the house. Mike may know where to find me in about 3 minutes, given how fast his entire body regenerates this time, but there's a part of the basement that he doesn't know about. My parents didn't even know about it. There are a series of secret passageways that lead underground. They connect throughout the town, and I found them a few years ago. I didn't bother to tell anyone in case I needed to use them for a situation exactly like this one. I am absolutely scared shitless, despite putting on a brave face and shooting my brother in the head many times, despite slicing and kicking my way through the others. I don't know how the hell my brother is back, and I don't know what he wants, but I have a feeling that he is not going to stop until he gets what he wants. And I think he wants me. Hello, my dream demons. That story was called My Brother Committed Suicide 2 weeks ago, Part 2, and I really hope that you all enjoyed it. I do expect there to be a Part 3 and possibly a Part 4, but I'm not sure on that one. However, I must bid you all adieu for now, as I do have things to take care of in the nightmare realm. Should you all have nightmares tonight, then that just means that I have accomplished my task. Please stay safe, everyone, and I will see you all later.